Hey guys, just wanted to do a really quick video. Back to another network expansion slash upgrade over the years. This is mid 2025. Just kind of want to show you kind of my cable mess right now, but what going on. We've done some upgrades. We've got some new gear. We've been back and forth moving stuff from a rack, outside of a rack, back in a rack. And yeah, so this is what the network rack looks like right now. Some of the upgrades that we're going to do is moving some stuff off of this PC right here. So this I just rebuilt. This is my Proxmox server. Some of the things that's running in it is this is a 3900X with a ATX Gigabyte X570 board. It's got like 90 some gigs of RAM in it. I think like 96 gigs of RAM in it. It's got 2060 Super, which I can pass through if I need it. I think a 700 watt power supply. But the only thing running on the back of this is right now, I added a 10 gig NIC. So I have a 10 gig card running down to my USW aggregation switch, which I'll show you in a second, and then this 1 gig card. It can go up to 2.5 gig, but it's only at 1 gig right now because of the switch I've running on. So this is just doing network capture. So I'm doing some network capture there. If I want to run Tails OS, I've got a little thumb drive there with Tails on it. But yeah, it's just basic ATX computer. That was in one of my older videos. That was down here in this 2U case. Biggest thing with this 2U case, which originally had these components, the 3900X components in here, was I had to run a smaller CPU cooler. Had to run this guy, which was fine, right? The 3900X didn't ramp up that much. This was sufficient for it. However, trying to lay down the 2060 Super sideways, it was pushing heat on the NVMe drive. So that was originally my Unraid server with the components above in that 3900X. I have since moved the Proxmox server there. Try to get down here. So here is the MSO1. So this is running, this is now my Proxmox server. Excuse me, this is now my Unraid server. And then I've got some, you see some USB here. We just hooked this up the other day. So one of the USBs is running to this 300 watt a UPS, and the other one is passed through to a VM running this Vertiv UPS as well. And that's just for my keyboard up here. So this is running with 2 NVMe drives, and then I've got through USB 4, since the 13900H, and I got 64 gigs of RAM in this guy. It's running over here to a direct attached storage by TerraMaster. I think this is a DS320. So that's running my 10 terabyte drives, and then I've got 2 bays that are free, which I'll probably be taking my old drives out of this. These are 2 4 terabyte red drives from this Western Digital MyCloud, which I haven't used in years. All this stuff was backed up to this Synology NAS, which is just our important files. So that's a 4 bay with I think 4 terabyte drives in it. So what do I want to upgrade? I want to get an MSA2, and I want the MSA2 to take over as my Proxmox server. I'm going to do a little more research whether I want to keep the Intel as the Proxmox, or excuse me, the Intel as the Unraid, or I want to go the AMD as the Unraid. Either way, yes, that's what I want to replace this 3900X with. I would love to get that 3900X out of here, turn that into one of our computers for our racing simulator that we're building, and then just have 2 small form factor computers there. and either 3D print or buy from Etsy or whatever a 2U rack to house those guys in there. And yeah, that's probably get rid of this server down here as well. It's just a case. I like having that as my unraid because I could just throw those drives right in the front. I can see when they're reading and writing. But this direct attached storage has done flawlessly on unraid via USB 4. So I really enjoy that. It's been doing great. What are the things we have going on here? We've got our 10 gig line going to our UDM Pro, which is behind us. We've got, this is from one of my core switches. This is going to that Proxmox box. And this is going to the MSO1. What else do I have plugged in here? Here's a DAC going down to, this is just a USW regular switch, which is a 24 port switch, which is running majority of my stuff. So core switch right here. Everything runs in the core switch, and then I branch off from the core switch to my regular USW. This white cable here is going somewhere. One of them goes upstairs. Again, gotta do some cable management here. And then one of them, I think, yeah, this one is going to my 16 PoE, which is in the ceiling where all my access points are. So that's what's running here. What else we got going down here? We've got just some random stuff plugged in from these guys down here to this yellow one is that tap that I'm running. So this is showing everything gets uploaded. It's mirroring these ports. So this is a 1 gig SFP, not SFP plus. So it's just mirroring it. But I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like right now. Be doing some cable management, tidying up these cables here. Probably by the time the next video goes over. This guy is just going to run the server gear because this is only 300 watts. So this is only going to run, the networking gear. My NASs, the direct attached storage, and the Proxmox server are going to run on this 900 watt guy here in the future. So cool thing about that is you can pass through the USB, which I've done, into Unraid, and then Unraid can manage one of the two, and then you can have a VM manage the other one. So I've got like a Zima blade. What I might do is put a Zima blade down here just to manage this guy, because it has Debian in the background, so I can just use that. So when the power gets super low, I can have it safely shut down this equipment. It's another reason why having a UPS to run your server equipment, you can set it up a script to run or one of the pre-configured settings inside of Unraid right now. I can say, hey, if this gets down to like 15%, go ahead and safely shut down. I'm going to send a command to shut down and spin down my disks, and then go ahead and power off my Unraid server so I don't get anything corrupted. After the disks are spun down, it's just good. It can just power off. Power back on, it's not going to hurt those disks over there because nothing's reading, writing to the actual host box there. So yeah, that's what I got going on there. Got all this junk in this room, but gotta squeeze over here, and my UDM Pro's up here. Again, cable management is not my forte at this point, but we had the core switch here, and then we had the MSO1 laying on a little rack right here, but I moved the stuff over there. I did some rewiring of some stuff. I need to pull another cable, but I'm gonna button all this stuff up so nobody can see it. It doesn't matter, it's in the basement. But while it focuses, I've got two ISPs. My main one, it will focus on it. My main one running off of the port 9 which is right here. That's running my FiOS. I've got 500 over 500 FiOS. I dropped it down from 1 gig because I never used over 500 megs. So they kept raising the rate, so I just dropped it down. And then above it, I have a SFP to RJ45, which is running Starlink. So Starlink is my failover, and that's just on the, they've got a cheap 10 gig roam plan, which is $10 a month, just in case I go down on FiOS, it automatically kicks over to Starlink. So I have a little bit of a backup there. Nothing else is run on there. Yes, I've got some Protect cameras. The cool thing about the UPSs, before I close out this video, is I will be moving my Starlink router from the garage down here, and then that guy also can be run off of this this UPS backup here. So there's a small UPS backup in the closet over there with the UDM Pro, so power goes down, that still gets backed up. My ONT for the fiber coming in through FiOS is not backed up, so that's why it will immediately switch over to Starlink. I probably in the future will buy another one of these smaller guys, and probably put my ONT on a battery backup, just in case the power completely goes down. At least ONT will stay up for a little bit, which at that case we can find other stuff to do. So by the time we turn all this stuff off, power probably comes back up anyways. That's just an old AP/AC light, which was on a, I don't have it here anymore, it was on a PoE injector right here for this small room, but don't need it anymore. That'll probably push out into the garage, so I have a little more coverage out there. But yeah, that's what it is. About 10 minutes into this video. Hopefully you guys like this stuff. We've moved this stuff all around from, you know, up on the wall in the other room to this rack a couple years ago. Lots of stuff has changed. It looks ugly now. Yes, I'm going to clean up this cable management. I've got the pass through so I can get all these cables pulled through, and I'm gonna start zip tying everything to one of those back rails. But just want to show you guys a quick update. So I got a couple new subscribers. Guys, thanks for subscribing. This is the first time you've seen this video. I do any kind of gear updates to networking, tips and tricks from boating to outdoors. So yeah, thanks for subscribing. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.